Hello people, I'm the Comic Book Gamer, and today I'm going to be talking about Brian Michael Bendis and the future of him with DC Comics and how he's taken over Superman and everything. So, in case you missed it, Forbes did an interview with Brian Michael Bendis a couple days ago talking about what he's exactly going to be doing at DC Comics, because we got like months ago, we got it revealed that Brian Michael Bendis is leaving Marvel for DC Comics for a multi-year deal, and that's a huge deal because of the fact that Brian Michael Bendis has been with Marvel for so long, and now he's moving over to DC. That's huge. Now, my personal opinions on Brian Michael Bendis is that he's very up and down. He's very 50-50 writer for me. Sometimes he'll do some amazing stuff, like his run on Daredevil, and then he'll do something like Age of Ultron, which is just like, what? Why? Just, yeah, he's very up and down for me. He does some great stuff, and then he just does some nope, there's no reason for that kind of stuff. So I'm interested to see how he does with Superman. I think he seems a lot more revitalized at DC, because I feel like he got tired out at Marvel because he was there forever. He wrote tons of different characters, and he seemed to have sort of gotten burned out. And so now at DC, he's got a whole new toy box and different things to play with, and so he seems more energized now. That's what it seems like, especially from this interview. He seems very excited for the future, for what he's going to be doing. So Brian Michael Bendis' first time writing Superman is going to be in Action Comics 1000. If you don't know what that is, that's the huge milestone, because it's the first comic ever to hit 1000 issues, which is kind of a big deal. So to celebrate, they're going to be having a bunch of different artists and writers go on the book and just do short little like 3-4 page mini stories, and Brian Michael Bendis is going to be one of them. That's going to be his first time. Apparently it's not going to be a one-off type deal. It's not going to be like, oh, this is just a story for this book that doesn't really affect the overall universe. No, it's going to be a huge thing that's going to set up the future of Brian Michael Bendis' Superman. And from then on, we get a bunch of other Brian Michael Bendis Superman stuff. So the timeline goes like this. We have Action Comics 1000, which is the first time Brian Michael Bendis is going to be writing Superman. Then we have DC Nation number 0, which is a DC special thing where Brian Michael Bendis is also going to be writing another Superman thing. And then we have a Man of Steel miniseries, which is, I believe he said it was a 6-issue miniseries about Superman that's going to set up his entire run on Superman. It's going to be a big deal. He said there's going to be huge things changing after that book, and that's going to set up him running the two main Superman titles, which is Action Comics and Superman. He's going to be writing both of those. And now this is where my excitement goes down a peg, because I'm not the happiest that he's taking over both Superman books. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. He sounds like he's got a plan. I can't wait to see what he does. I'm really excited, but at the same time, it's like, man, this sucks, because if I don't like one book, I'm probably not going to like the other. Granted, he did say he's keeping them different. Like, he said the Action Comics is going to be more focused on Metropolis, the Daily Planet, and Superman's daily life, to where Superman's going to be more of an adventure book. So they're styled differently, but at the same time, they are coming from the same writer. So chances are, if you don't like one, you probably won't like the other, but who knows? That sucks, because, say, at the beginning of Rebirth, I was not the biggest fan of Action Comics. Dan Jurgens, what he was doing with Doomsday, and the whole, like, second Clark Kent at the time, and Lex Luthor, and I wasn't a fan of any of that at all, so I stopped reading it. But I still had the main Superman title, Superman. I still had that title that I was reading, and I was really enjoying. I loved that book. I never dropped it. And then Action Comics picked up again, and I started picking up Action Comics, because I'm like, oh, it's good again. To where this, if I don't like one, I'm probably going to end up dropping both of them, and I just won't have a Superman book to read. Although I'm assuming Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason will be staying on Super Sons, so at least there's that. But yeah, it kind of sucks that we have the same writer on both of the big Superman titles. I wish they kept a different writer on one of them, but at the end of the day, who knows? We'll see. It could pan out to be a good idea. So a direct quote from the article says, after Man of Steel's publication, which is the miniseries for that he's doing to set up his run, Bendis will take over writing duties on the monthly titles Superman and Action Comics. The Superman Monthly will relaunch with a new issue number 1 on July 11th, while Action Comics picks up with issue 1001 on July 25th, and each will have a different approach and tone. While the main Superman title will be an adventure-driven book, Action Comics will delve into Clark Kent's daily life. Now, the thing that sucks about this is they said monthly title, not bi-weekly, which really sucks, because I love the style of Rebirth's bi-weekly books. It really makes it to where it's awful to read Marvel books, because they come out once a month, and I'll get several issues of a DC book before I get one issue of a Marvel book. I love going in every other week and like, oh yeah, I got another issue. So where reading once a month really sucks, and it makes me want to just like drop the books altogether and just wait for trade, because man, by the time the next issue comes out, you're like, you lost all your hype from the issue before, and it really kind of sucks. Like, very few books can I actually do that with. Can I do monthly? Like, it sucks having to wait that long. So seeing that it looks like Superman's going to go back to being a monthly title instead of a bi-weekly, not excited about that. But hey, gotta do what you gotta do. And yeah, I think it's kind of stupid that Superman's relaunching with another issue #1. This is like I don't know how many different times we've had a new #1, like the past 5 years or so. We've had so many different Superman #1s, and now we're having another one. I don't think there's a reason for it, but whatever. They say, Brian Michael Bendis said they're doing that because there's such a big shakeup after his Man of Steel event that they have to start with a new #1. But it's whatever. They just keep restarting it, so I don't know. I don't really care, but it's just a number, so it doesn't matter that much. But yeah, it is what it is. Also, we got some of the artists for the books that Brian Michael Bendis is gonna be working on. So his Man of Steel miniseries, some of the artists are going to be Jason Fabok, Ivan Reis, Doc Shaner, and Kevin McGuire, and those are just some, apparently not all of them. So I like all those names. They're all pretty good artists. I love Jason Fabok and Ivan Reis. Those guys are amazing. Doc Shaner does some great stuff as well. Kevin McGuire I like, but I don't absolutely love his art, but he is a good artist. He's by no means a bad artist. And then for Brian Michael Bendis' DC Nation #0 story, he's going to be teaming up with Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, who is just a huge legend in comics. I love his art. He is just, he has that style that you think of when you think of classic comics. If you don't know who he is, well, just one sec. This is Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. This is his collection on Superman that I bought forever ago, and it's so good. Like, the art is amazing. The stories are a little wonky, but the art is just so great. Definitely one of the best of all time. I love his art. So to see him come back for this, to sort of come out of retirement, is amazing, and I can't wait to see what he does, because he is definitely one of the best artists to ever have drawn the character of Superman. So I have a quote that I wrote down from Brian Michael Bendis on the article where he says, "The fallout of Man of Steel #6, which is the final issue of the Man of Steel miniseries, is enormous. Bendis insists it's some of the biggest status quo changes to Superman literally since Crisis. So we'll be launching Superman with a brand new #1 that's going to be very Superman focused and big DC action stories. Action Comics will be launching with 1001, I'm very happy to say, and that will be focused more on Clark and Metropolis and the Daily Planet and how the world of Superman affects the world of DC." So I'm excited to see how the two different books contrast from each other, how different they truly are, and how they're sort of going to, since they'll both be following the same writer's vision, that'll be interesting to see how that goes. I'm excited. I'm really excited for the miniseries. That's the thing that I'm the most excited for, is Man of Steel, the 6-issue miniseries. We even got the first 4 covers released by Ivan Reis, and they look so good. I love Ivan Reis. He's a fantastic artist. He's the guy who did Blackest Night, so to see him on here is great. And yeah, just overall, I'm really excited for the future of Superman. I'm also a little hesitant because Brian Michael Bendis, in my opinion, hasn't done anything great in a long time. He's done some good stuff, but in a long time he hasn't done anything great. He has done great stuff, but just not in a long time. Like, when was the last time we were like, oh man, that is a Bendis book that I have to pick up? Like, I feel like it's been a while since then, so I'm hoping this rejuvenates him. He definitely seems more excited for this. Anyways, please let me know in the comments below, what do you think of all this stuff with Brian Michael Bendis taking over the Superman titles? And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later.